Hello everyone. In the previous class we have discussed composite trapezoidal rule. Now we will discuss composite Simpson 1/3 rule. For Simpson rule we divide the whole interval AB. Just recall the previous class lecture. And thus on the same basis we will derive composite Simpson 1/3 rule. We divide the interval A to B into equals into n subintervals and should be even. There is a restriction to apply composite Simpson 1/3 rule and should be even. Why it is so? That we can explain with the help of graphical representation. Let us suppose there is some function. This is y equal to fx and a is this point, b is this point. Then we'll divide the whole interval AB into equal subintervals. Let us suppose divided A to B into equal subintervals. All subintervals are equal in length. Not showing sometimes. Let us suppose A equal to x0, x1, x2, x3 and b equal to xn. Okay, we are approximating this part of the y equal to fx graph with the help of second degree polynomial. In trapezoidal rule we are approximating graph by a straight line. Okay, so we can say we are approximating it with the help of so we have to, these are the 3 points and we are approximating with the help of this second degree polynomial. Okay, now we are joining these 3 points and continue the process. In this case, this is a parabola. Okay, this is y equal to p2x. Okay, now we can write this integration a to b fx dx equal to x0 to x2 fx dx. We'll divide the whole interval into n parts and then we can write it in a discrete form: x0 to x2 fx dx, x2 to x4 fx dx. Why? Because whenever we apply Simpson 1/3 rule we require 3 points together. So x0, x1, x2. Then here we can apply Simpson 1/3 rule. So yeah. And so on. This can be written as xn minus 2 to xn fx dx. N should be even. Why even? If it is not even, then one of the points will remain left. That's why. So now apply Simpson 1/3 rule for each integral. Okay, so we'll apply Simpson 1/3 rule for each subinterval. So we can write it h by 3 f of x0 plus 4 f of x1 plus f of x2. So the second integration h upon 3 f of x2 plus 4 f of x3 plus f of x4 and so on. The last integral can be written as f of xn minus 2 plus 4 f of xn minus 1 plus f of xn. Okay. In this case, h is what? H is length of the subinterval. We are dividing interval AB into n parts, so b minus a upon n, but we are taking 2 points together, so that's why length of each subinterval is what? B minus A upon 2n. In Simpson one-third rule, H is what? That is B minus A upon 2. And since we are dividing whole interval into n parts, that's why B minus A upon 2n. Okay. So this integration a to b fx dx is equivalent to this discrete formula. Now we can combine all the terms together. X by 3, x0 is a and xn as b. So we can write first term and last term together, f of a plus f of b. Okay. Next, we'll collect the coefficient of 4. 4 fx1, 4 fx3, then 4 fx5. Okay. So we can write 4 outside, then we can write it f of x1 plus f of x3 plus f of x5 and so on plus f of xn minus 1 plus fx2 in this first bracket and fx2 is also present in the second bracket. So we can combine these terms, fx2 here, fx2 here, here fx4, that is repeated in the second interval, second bracket also. So it is repeated 2 times, so 2 of fx2 plus f of x4 and so on plus f of xn minus 2. So we can see from here, these are what? Sum of all odd terms. Sum of all odd terms. 4 into sum of all odd terms. Here, sum of even terms. So integration a to b fx dx can be written as h upon 3 first term plus last term plus 4 into sum of even terms. So we can write it here. Sum of even terms. It starts first point from 0. Okay, plus 2 into sum of odd terms. This is the Simpson one-third rule. This is Simpson one-third rule. Composite Simpson. Okay, so this is the formula. So, or we can write it a to b fx dx as h upon 3 f of a plus f of b plus 4 into f of x1 plus f of x3 plus f of xn minus 1 plus 2 into f of x2 plus f of x4 f of xn minus 2. So this is the formula. Now we'll talk about error in trapezoidal rule and Simpson's one-third rule. Error in composite trapezoidal rule. Okay, so if we recall, what is the error in trapezoidal rule? Error in trapezoidal rule is what? Minus h cube upon 12 minus h cube upon 12 f double dash c. Okay, so here in this case, what would be the error? It will be minus h cube upon 12 I equal to 1 to n f double dash c. We can write it, or I should write it as ci, because where ci is belonging to the interval xi plus 1. Okay, so suppose we are dividing whole interval in term of so suppose this is the interval this is y equal to fx. Okay, we are approximating it with the help of some straight line. Okay, write it properly, function or something. Something like that. Okay. We are approximating it with the help of a straight line. In trapezoidal, we are approximating it with the help of a straight line. So what would be the error? This is the error. Okay. So how we are computing error? Error we are getting in each subinterval. Error is equal to what? Error in this interval, error in this interval, since we are applying trapezoidal rule for each and every subinterval. Okay. So that's why we are getting error total error in composite trapezoidal rule is equivalent to what? It is equivalent to the error for the first subinterval, error for the second subinterval, and so on. So sum of the errors. So what we do is try to find out a general formula that will incorporate the total error or the maximum error we can get in composite trapezoidal rule. Okay, so let's start. If f is a function that is belonging to C2AB, that means function is continuous and differentiable twice inside the interval AB, then the extreme value theorem says that f dash assumes its maximum and minimum value inside the interval AB. Since minimum of the function f double dash x belonging to the interval AB, so the minimum value of the function inside the interval AB is less than equal to f double dash ci less than equal to maximum of x belonging to A to B f double dash x. Then we can write it or not. Let us check. Function inside this interval A to B. Function is having minimum value also the maximum value by the extreme value theorem. Okay. So Ci is what? F double dash C1. That is the C1 is the maximum value inside the interval x0, x1. So if we see here, F double dash C1, it is the maximum value in x0, x1. F double dash C2 is what? That is the maximum value in x1, x2. Okay. So it's not necessary that F double dash C1 and F double dash C2 are equal. Out of all these values, F double dash C1, F double dash C2 and F double dash Ci, let us suppose F double dash, out of these, the maximum value is represented by F double dash x, maximum of this, and the minimum value of F double dash x, and F double dash Ci is what? That is lying always between the minimum and maximum value. Okay, one of the Ci's will exist that will be equivalent to maximum of F double dash x. But we don't know what is that value. So we can always write this condition. So let us write the summation. I equal to 1 to n. Since one value is lying like that, so we can write it in general, or we can write the summation of this. I equal to 1 to n f double dash x minimum less than equal to f double dash ci summation I equal to 1 to n less than equal to maximum of this f double dash x I equal to 1 to n. Okay. Now this minimum of this value. Minimum value is only one time, so all minimum value will add all minimum value. That will be what? Suppose minimum value of f double dash x is what? Let us suppose some number. Then we'll add it n times. So what we are getting? We are getting n minimum of f double dash x, x belonging to a to b. Okay, less than equal to summation I equal to 1 to n f double dash ci less than equal to maximum value is also unique. So we'll add for each interval it is coming out to be n f double dash x and maximum of. Okay, x belonging to a to b. Now how to compute this value? By intermediate value theorem, intermediate value theorem, there, or what we can do, just think about it. I equal to 1 to n f double dash ci. Okay, and I am interested what? I am interested in the maximum, I am interested in the value that will be replaced by this summation. Okay, what we can do for that? We can assume that f double dash c I equal to 1 to n is equivalent to like in each interval. Let us suppose this is the interval. Suppose f double dash c1. In this interval f double dash c2. In each interval we are having some values, and let us replace f double dash c1 as all these values by f double dash r. Let us suppose f double dash r, it is what? That is the maximum value out of all these values. Let us suppose f double dash r is equal to f double dash c1, f double dash r equal to f double dash c2. This r is what? R is lying inside the interval AB, and f double dash r, it is the maximum value of f double dash x in AB. We can say like that. Okay, so it is coming out to be what? It is coming out to be n or f double dash r f double dash cn. So we can write it that summation I equal to 1 to n f double dash r equal to summation f double dash cn. I equal to 1 to n. Okay, it is called n f double dash r. So this summation is replaced by n f double dash r. We just put it here. So minimum of f double dash x n less than equal to n f double dash r is less than equal to n maximum of f double dash r. It may be possible this maximum value is equivalent to f double dash r, nothing else. Okay, inside the interval AB. So this and this value or same. You can say like that. So put this value into the formula. What is coming out to be? So summation I equal to 1 to n f double dash ci is equal to minus h cube upon 12 n f double dash r. R is belonging to the interval a to b, where f is having maximum value. Okay, it should be an open interval. They are not taking node point. So This is what? Error in composite trapezoidal rule. So just compare what is the difference between the error formula in simple trapezoidal rule and composite trapezoidal rule. This n factor is here in composite trapezoidal rule. So this is the difference. This n factor is here in composite trapezoidal rule. So we can write a relationship between n and h. H is equal to what? That is b minus a upon n. So we can write the formula here minus h cube, h square into h into n f double dash r upon 12. This is what? This is n. H we can write it here. It is coming out to be minus h square b minus a upon n f double dash r upon 12. This n is cancelled, so formula is coming out to be h square b minus a f double dash r upon 12. So this r is what? Belonging to the interval a to b. This is the error formula in trapezoidal, composite trapezoidal. Okay. Next is error formula in Simpson one-third rule. Let's recall what is the formula of error in Simpson one-third rule. It is minus h5 upon 90 fourth derivative. Since we are taking each subinterval, so I equal to 1 to n. On the similar basis, we can compute the value of maximum value of fourth derivative of Ci. Okay, so f double dash r, f fourth derivative of r. Similarly, we can write here summation I equal to 1 to n fourth derivative f4c can be replaced by n f fourth derivative of r. R is belonging to the interval a to b. Okay, so error formula will be what? Just coming out to be minus h5 upon 90 n f4 r. Okay, here h is what? In Simpson one-third formula, b minus a upon 2 n. How many intervals we are having? So error will be coming out to be what? Minus h4 upon 90 into 2 into n b minus a f4 r. Which is n is getting cancelled. So the formula is coming out to be minus h4 upon 180 b minus a f4 r. R is belonging to the interval a. So this is error formula in Simpson one-third. Okay. So this part is done. Let's do some example based on it. So just there is some notes. In trapezoidal rule, n could be any integer. That means, what is in Simpson one-third rule? N should be a even integer. Keep in mind, please start point to count from H0 onwards. Okay. Second thing is what? The accuracy can be increased by increasing n. Why it is so? You can write proper word, that is improved. Increasing n. Why it is so? If n is increasing, n increasing means what? Because h is equal to what? B minus a upon n. N increasing means what? H is decreasing. H is decreasing, that means the factor we are having in error is decreasing, then the factor h play an important role in error. Then h is small, that means the power of h is also small. In that case, error will be bigger. So that's why with increasing n, h is going to be decreased. So the error will also decrease. Error will decrease, that means the accuracy of the method will increase. Okay. Next example. Let us suppose use composite trapezoidal rule and composite Simpson one-third rule and composite Simpson one-third rule with n equal to 6 to approximate sin 3x dx 0 to 2. Solution. What is trapezoidal rule? Is what? H upon 2 f of x0 to f of xn plus 2 into f of x1 plus f of x2 f of xn minus 1. This is your trapezoidal rule. So this is trapezoidal rule. So in this case, if we check, a is what? That is 0. B is what? 2. N is given as 6. So h will be what? It will be b minus a upon n. That is 2 minus 0 upon 6. That is 1 by 3. So length of the interval is 1 by 3. If we check here, this is what we have to do. We have to divide it into 6 parts. So x0, x1, x2, x3, x4, x5 and x6. So total 7 nodes and 6 intervals. Okay. So x0 is what? That is a. x6 is what? It is b6. This is what? 0. So this is 0. x1 is what? x0 plus s 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 1. Okay. 1 plus 1 by 3, 4 by 3, 5 by 3 and 6 by 3. That is what? 2. Okay. So h equal to 1 by 3. Now apply this formula to compute the integration. So 0 to 2 fx dx. What is fx here? Fx is sin 3x. So 1 upon 3 h value upon 2. So the value is what? F of 0 plus f of 2 plus 2 into f of 1 by 3 plus f of 2 by 3 plus f of 1 plus f of 4 by 3 plus f of 5 by 3. Okay, just put the f of 0, sin f of x is what? Sin 3x. Here we choose radian to compute all these function values. So it is coming out to be the value of all these values coming out to be 0. So the integration value is coming out to be 0.01215. Okay. Next is Simpson rule. In Simpson rule, what is the formula? Formula is 0 to 2 fx dx. It is h upon 3 f of x0 plus f of x6 xn plus 4 into sum of odd terms f of x1 plus f of x3 plus f of x5 plus 2 into f of x2 odd even terms f of x4. So here in this case h is what? H is b minus a upon 2n. This is coming out to be b minus a upon 2n. So 2 minus 0 upon 2 into n is what? That is 6. Sorry, just keep in mind b minus a upon n. That is 6. 1 by 3. Okay, because we divide the whole interval into 6 parts only now. So b minus a upon n. So 1 upon 3 and function value at these points, we'll put the values f0 plus f of 2 plus 4 into f of 1 by 3 f of 1 plus f of 5 by 3 plus 2 into f of 2 by 3 f of 4 by 3. The value is coming out to be 0.1336. Actual integration value. That means sin 3x 0 to 2. The value is coming out to be 0.01328. So this value, actual value, is more closer to the value computed by Simpson's 1/3 rule. So it is, obviously the Simpson rule gives better accuracy because the error is what? Error in Simpson 1/3 rule is less. Next is one more example. Determine the value of n and h required to approximate integration 0 to 2 1 upon x plus 4 dx to within 10 raised to the power minus 4, and compute the approximation by using composite trapezoidal and Simpson 1/3. Okay. So in this case, what you have to do, you have to compute the value of n and h to approximate this integration, so that the integral value should be within 10 raised to the power minus 4. You have to use composite trapezoidal rule and Simpson 1/3 rule. Okay. So fx is given here, that is 1 upon 1 plus x. So what is the error in composite trapezoidal rule? Error in trapezoidal rule. It is minus h square upon 12 b minus a f double dash r. It is given here, it is less than 10 raised to power minus 3. The error is required to approximate this value within 10 raised to power minus 3. That means the error should be less than or equal to 10 raised to power minus 3. On this condition, we have to compute the value of n. So what you have to do, this integral should be within 10 raised to minus 3. That means the value of this integral we compute, and the error should be what? That should be less than 10 raised to power minus 3. So within 10 raised to minus 3. Okay. So f of x is what? That is 1 upon x. What is the first derivative of this? Minus 1 upon 1 plus x whole square. Second derivative of it is coming out to be minus or plus 2 upon 1 plus x raised to power 3. Okay. Then the maximum value, since we have to compute the error bound, so it should be this error bound should be what? It should take the maximum value. So we'll compute the maximum value of this function, 1 upon x whole cube in 0 to 2. So since x is in the denominator, so where it will take the maximum value, it will take the maximum value at the point x equal to 0. So maximum of 2 upon 1 plus x whole cube, it is coming out to be 2 upon 1 cube, that is 2. Okay. So let us compute now the value of this integral. B is what now? Minus x square upon 12, 2 minus 0, and the function value f double dash x here. Just a minute, I am doing some mistake. We want to maximize it. So here it could be have the maximum value. Okay, it is what? Okay, I have done mistake here. It should be x plus 4. So 4 plus x. It should be x plus 4. Okay, x plus 4. X plus 4. So this value is coming out to be 2 upon 14. It is 1 upon 32. Okay, now 32. This value is less than or equal to 10 raised to power minus 3. So h square upon 6 into 32 less than or equal to 10 raised to power minus 3. So h square will be what? It will be 6 into 32 into 10 raised to power minus 3. H is less than or equal to square root of this value. So the value is coming out to be 0.192. Now compute the value of n, that is b minus a upon h. This is coming out to be 2 upon 0.192. That is 10.42. So we can take n is an integer, that's why we take only n equal to 12. Okay. So n equal to what? 11. And it will apply trapezoidal rule here. So trapezoidal rule will be what? Apply integration for trapezoidal rule. Okay. In this case, the value by the trapezoidal rule is coming out to be 1.1011. In this case, h is equal to what? That we have already specified as 0.192, or we can say it is equivalent to 2 upon 11, because that we computed from here only. So the integration by trapezoidal rule is coming out to be 1.1011. Now error in Simpson one-third rule. So error in Simpson rule. It is what? Minus h4 upon 180 b minus a f4 r should be less than or equal to 10 raised to power minus 3. So derivative of the function. Function is same. So here the function derivative Fourth derivative we can compute from here. We have computed up to the second derivative. So fx equal to 1 upon 4 plus x f dash x minus 4 plus x whole square f double dash x 2 upon 4 plus x cube. Third derivative minus 6 upon 4 plus x 4. A fourth derivative 24 upon x plus 4 raised to power 5. Okay, so error term is what? That is in minus, or we'll take the approximate value, absolute value, so it will be what? h4 2 minus 0 upon 180 in maximum value of it. So now find out the maximum value. Maximum of f4 6x, or r is what? R is that value at which function is having maximum value. So that value is what? That is coming out to be 24 upon 5 raised to power 4, because the maximum value will obtain at x equal to 0 inside the interval 0 to 2. So obviously 24 upon 4 raised to power 5. 24 upon 4 raised to power 5 at x equal to 0. So the value is, I should write properly, is better. So f4 r equal to what? 24 upon 4 raised to power 5, and r equal to what? That is the value at which it is having maximum value. So r equal to 0 we can say. So error will be what? That is h4 upon 2 minus 0 upon 180 into 24 upon 4 raised to power 5. This value is less than 10 raised to power minus 5. So h can be computed from here. So h is coming out to be less than equal to 1.399. Okay, and n equal to what? B minus a upon h. The value is coming out to be, that is 1.4287. So n equal to what in this case? 2. It is even. So no problem. So one will compute the value by the Simpson one-third rule. 0 to 1 upon x plus 4 dx. The value is coming out to be 1.1111. That is why Simpson. Okay, exact value of the integration. Exact value of the integration. I exact. It is coming out to be ln 3 1.0986. So this value is more closer to the value computed by the Simpson one-third rule, as we see with the trapezoidal rule value is what? 1.1011, where it will take n11 in trapezoidal rule, n2 in Simpson one-third rule. Then we are getting same accuracy. So obviously we should use Simpson one-third rule because we are getting less number of steps in comparison to Simpson one-third rule. Okay, one more example. Determine value of subintervals and step size h required to approximate and 0 to 2 sin x dx to within 10 raised to the minus 2, and hence compute the approximation using composite Simpson 1/3 rule. So what you have to do, you have to compute the value of n and h to approximate the value of sin x 0 to 2 within 10 raised to minus 2, and hence compute the approximation using composite Simpson 1/3 rule. So everything is given to you here. This is the same question as previous we have done. Fx is given to you here, sin x, and fourth derivative, because we have to use only the composite trapezoidal, so fourth derivative of sin x is coming out to be sin x only. So the maximum value of the function is what? X belonging to 0 to 2. So we know the maximum value of sin x is what? That is 1. So we can take it without any reason, because more than one value cannot be, cannot sin have. That's why we are taking maximum value. And error will be what? Error will be minus h4 upon 180 b minus a. B is what? That is 2 minus 0, and maximum value that should be less than equal to 10 raised to minus 2. The value of h can be computed from here. The value of h is what? That is 0.9740, and the n we can compute on the same basis. It is 2.0534, and the integration is coming out to be the integration by the Simpson rule. It is coming out to be, since the value here we are getting 2.053, so we'll take next even integer. This is the important thing, because value is coming out with more than 2. So next even integer will take, so n will be what in this case? N equal to 4. Okay, so if we'll apply Simpson rule for this, then a equal to here 0, b equal to 2, and we are taking as 4, h equal to b minus a upon n, that is 4. The value is coming out to 1/2. Okay, so integration 0 to 2 fx dx is coming out to be 1.4166 by Simpson rule. And integration 0 to 2 fx dx is coming out to 1.4161 by exact integration. That is almost same. Okay, so